We're about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go, here we go. 11 MT, take, got.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Those defense for the Packers, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here we go. 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
On the toss, here's Nwangu. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Dolphins had 5 and 9 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense,
11.
and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
11 MT.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2.
Here we go.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kene Nwangwu with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Folk. And it's now a 7-0 game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Our game here, the first of 3 on this Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. And remember, you got 2 more after this. We're followed here by the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then tonight, a good one out in the desert, the Bucs and Cards from Glendale. Off play action. Pickett. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Taylor Muse with it. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Now Burrow on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Chigakakro, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here we go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
12. 11.
Now it's Burrow. They'll get this to Nwangu. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
11 MT. 11.
Here's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
12. 11. Hey, can.
Now Burrow. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Here we go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Again, it's Burrow. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Okay, ready?
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Pickett sets up play action. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Here we go.
The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
11,
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's complete yet again to Thornton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Here we go. 12.
Up the middle, Nwangu. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Michael Clemens there to make the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he comes back with one complete.
Here we go.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Touchdown. Chigakakwo. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes the score 21-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Ball again on second down. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Back to throw. Pickett.
Steps away. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 16. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
On 1, ready?
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks.
11, Thomas.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He's going to look deep for Watkins. It got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Folk connects on the extra point, and it is 28-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's got room. There he goes left side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Ball again on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll run with Hall. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hall again. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 111 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now Pickett will look to pass it. He gets it underneath to Hall, and they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On third down, here's Hall. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Here we go. It's Pickett on 4th down. And complete to Drake London. Touchdown, Packers! Drake London, 44 yards. And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Whoa!
Burrow will throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
11 mighty.
From midfield now, Burrow. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Down inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
Second down and goal. Burrow. Touchdown, Dolphins. Danny Gray from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Taken, and all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. Now this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out. Folk out there now to kick this one off. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They go play action with Burrow. Touchdown!
Quez Watkins
with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Dolphins look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
All again on second down.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And some room to maneuver. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
They'll go again with Hall.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Tanner Muse there defensively.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll go option to the short side. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Here's Thomas Morstead now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Ball again on second down. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here we go.
Block it in motion right. Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
11 Thomas. 12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Folk connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Ball again on second down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Ball again.
And some room to work. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Running left, it's Hall.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Miami, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, things get even uglier now as they fall to 2-13.